record onto the, okay, you got that. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Lee April Burton of Composed Warriors. As you all know, I support those who suffer from sickle cell and chronic pain diseases. And we use essential oils and other holistic methods in order to support them. But today we're doing something a little different, something that we haven't done. Last week, we had the privilege of me being spotlighted by this beautiful woman you see before you. Her name is Danny. And this week, we're going to be spotlighting her. So she's very special in the community, I feel. And we all need to know who she is and what she's about and what she brings to the community. I don't know, having conversations with her has been just a tremendous part of my journey, and I have to share her with y'all. So I'm gonna turn my attention to Danny, and I would like for you, Danny, to share a little bit about yourself, please.
Oh, good day, everybody, and thank you, Miss Lee April, for having me. It is my joy to be here. Okay,
Absolutely.
so my
Yes.
pleasure, first and foremost.
My joy too. I love it.
Oh, as you said, I'm Danielle Nelson, also known as Danny and Natural LID to some on social media. I'm a wife. I'm a momty, which is an aunt mom. Okay. I'm a licensed social worker and a certified aromatherapist. Okay. And some things about me, I enjoy crafting. I love to read. I'm definitely a lifelong learner. And whatever I learn, I love to share. Okay. And as some folks in my family affectionately calls me a professional student, if you will. And whatever I learn, I love to share. So if it's something I can learn more about or get into, then I'm here for it. And for the past 20 plus years, I've been a social worker in the government sector and, serving our people and just enjoying, and along that journey have grown and just, thankful for the opportunity to serve.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for that. So you mentioned a couple of things I want to kind of dig into.
Okay.
You can let me know whether it's, too much or, or you can just veer off into your own. But you mentioned you're a social worker and an aromatherapist.
Yes.
Sometimes we may feel like those are two different fields. And how did that come to be? You're as a social worker, did you desire to become a social worker? You're working with people, so you obviously have a love for them. So tell us a little more about that.
Can I say social work chose me?
Oh, okay. All right.
Because when I was going to school, I was not initially going to school for social work.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, what was it for then?
Engineering.
Engineering. Wow. Okay.
Pivoted. Got my undergrad in psych and then started working in city government initially, and then realized I needed to know more about the people that I was serving because I was serving in public housing.
Okay.
And then had an opportunity to go into state government because I was working in city government. Then I transitioned to state government, and they offer the opportunity to have your education partially paid for. And I said,
oh, wow.
And anybody knows anything about me, you talking about free and education in the same sentence? I'm for it.
Yes.
Free what?
Going back to that professional learner, huh?
Yes. Super excited. So when I was eligible to take part in that program, I ran with it and I haven't looked back.
Okay. So you do enjoy it.
I absolutely enjoy it. So long story short, social work chose me. I did not know that was the path, or even thought when I was younger, oh, I want to be a social worker. No, it's just one thing led to another, and things come to you, and then you're like, how did I end up here?
Yes.
But it feels good. Absolutely. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve.
Oh, that's so awesome. So now the aromatherapy part, because you're a certified aromatherapist.
Yes, yes.
So now we're into the plants.
Yes. So, oh, I have to go back a little bit for that. So
Okay.
that's another journey. So when I was in school, I had an episode where, because when I was growing up, I had a number of health challenges. Okay.
Okay.
And I was in and out of, it wasn't called urgent care like it is now, it was emergency, with
Mhm.
asthma and, going to the doctor for eczema. And fast forward, went away to school, had an episode, and I had a male doctor's, I don't know why that's important to me, but that sticks out with me,
Mhm.
say to me at a university hospital, you need to get an allergy test.
Oh,
Never had one in my whole entire life while I was going through all these episodes, right?
right.
Got an allergy test, found out I was allergic to a plethora of things. And then I was like, okay, I have this information. What do I do with it?
Right.
you know, I made a lifestyle change some years later. I became a vegetarian. So I've been a vegetarian for 20
Oh,
plus years.
very good.
And fast forward, I um had the wonderful opportunity to meet a master herbalist and certified aromatherapist
Okay.
at a weekend retreat. She was here in Michigan, and I was enamored with the fact that so much I did not know about aromatherapy. I thought aromatherapy was simply the plug-ins that you get at the grocery store and the
Yes.
aerosol sprays.
Yes. That's a huge thought process right there. Because I believe there's a number of people who feel the same way.
I did not know. Went to this weekend retreat and my eyes were open. I'm like, what? It's more than that.
Right. Right.
Was so inspired, joined the school, and the rest is history. I became a certified aromatherapist,
Okay.
and in my process, I got practice sharing with my faith family. It allowed me
Okay.
an opportunity to share with them on a monthly basis about essential oils that I have been doing and still doing since 2018.
Very good.
And said, okay, I can broaden this out to, how can I broaden this out to my community, right?
Okay. Yes.
Started my YouTube channel.
Very good. So when did you start your YouTube channel?
So I started Natural Ally D April 21st of 2022 when I officially launched Natural Ally D. Okay.
Okay.
And and that was part of a challenge in itself. I went through a 5-day YouTube challenge just to see if I could do it. I said, oh Lord, I'm getting ready to jump out here.
Yes.
Because if you had told me a few years ago I would be doing this, and you ask anyone in my family and be like, what? She's doing
Oh, okay. Yeah.
but jumped, and I haven't looked back, and it has been a journey, but I have so thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
met wonderful people such as yourself,
Oh, thank you. Thank
and I enjoy it. If it's something that I can do to serve, then
you. Mhm.
and it's a passion of mine, then yes.
Yeah, I would have to say that it does. It probably heightens the enjoyment that you have as far as serving people. And, not only do they get the benefit, but you do too, because you're so, I don't know, you're a beautiful person.
Oh,
That's
thank
a
you.
beautiful personality. So let me ask this other question. So you mentioned Natural LID.
Mhm.
That's a nice name. It's unique. It stands out. How did you come up with that?
So, natural ally. I consider myself an ally in the world of wanting to share information and be reciprocated in the same way. When you give, you get, right?
Yes.
And so when you're sharing with people, I consider myself an ally. And if there's something that I know that can be a benefit to you or someone you love, I'm there for it.
Oh,
So I consider myself a natural ally. It doesn't
okay.
take me much time to figure out or think about, okay, if you come to me with something, you're talking about something, I might be thinking in the back of my mind, oh, what do I know that I could help this person, right?
Mhm.
So a natural ally, and D, of course, is the first initial of my name, but also uh, you'll see on my YouTube channel is NAD, but that's the first letters of my name spelled
Oh,
backwards.
okay. Got it. Oh, I see you. Okay. You know what? Okay, yes. So I will be sharing her YouTube channel with you all, so you can follow her on YouTube. Her videos are really encouraging. Uh-oh, I cut out. Oh,
You're back. I
just
got
a
you. You're back.
second. Okay, let me do something really quickly.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, all right, perfect. I will be sharing her YouTube channel with you all because she provides tons of information that can be beautiful for you and your household. So let's get into that a little bit. So I've watched some of your YouTube channels and you love being out in nature. Um, you talk of, I remember one of your videos you were sharing a repellent you were coming up with for mosquitoes and chiggers.
Yep.
Chiggers are no joke. I mean, I have traveled to Texas on my way to Texas, and boy, I tell you, I should have wore some long pants that day because I stepped outside and my legs got to burning. So yeah, I learned my lesson real quick. I had to change them pants. So tell us, like, how did aromatherapy, like, what, how does, tell us about your stories, like, what, how you, yeah, got into sharing your stories and what that process has been like.
Oh goodness. So, going back to sharing, for my faith community and on YouTube. So my experience with essential oils have been vast. Okay. And I say vast in a short amount of time. Like learning, how essential oils can help me on my daily life. Because I mentioned to you
Mhm.
about me going in and out of urgent care when I was younger, specifically for asthma.
Mhm.
Um, and when I learned about, oh, okay, I can use like fir balsam, for example, to help
Yeah.
with my respiratory system, right?
Mhm.
Or I could use carrot seed oil to help with any sort of tummy aches that I may
Mhm.
have. So, I'm saying that to say going through the learning process and learning about essential oils and testing them on myself and having family tests and
Yes.
friends, because you do have to do case studies and doing your
Yes.
case study practice. You're like, oh, this really works. And,
Uh-huh.
something as simple as, right?
Yes.
And and he- and so I'm a living testimony of how
Yes.
essential oils have been beneficial and also been able to share with others who have come back to me and
Mhm.
say, yes, this has worked. Thank you. And you
Mm.
you mentioned the mosquito and sugar
Oh yes.
recipe that I gave. So one of those videos when I was in the park, I had shared with one of my participants, and I also serve as a diabetes prevention instructor. So I was sharing with one of my participants that, oh, because they mentioned that they were going to be in the garden and they were going to get some of that spray stuff. I'm not gonna call the name. It was
Oh,
three
okay.
letters.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was talking to them. I said, well, you can make your own. And it was
Mhm.
like, really? I said, yes, here's the recipe. And
See.
I happened to have some in the car with me. And we were walking out in nature. I applied some to them. And one of the ladies came back and said, I worked in my garden and I didn't have any problems. I said, so, when I hear stories like that, I get
Yeah,
really excited that
absolutely.
yes, you
Yeah.
can, and you can do this yourself.
Yes. Yes.
So,
And that's what it's about. So is there a program that you have that where people can learn more from you, or is this just general information? How do you go about, uh doing sharing this information besides YouTube?
oh, I'm so glad you asked. So, yes, I am in the process of creating a course, right?
Very good. Yeah.
Of through my website, you can visit Aroma Buds and Blossoms.
Okay.
And I'm developing a course to talk about essential oils, basic essential oils that you can use from infancy to the elderly.
Okay.
And,
Mm.
when you're thinking about using essential oils, I'm going to explain why I'm talking about infancy to the elderly. You need to be mindful, obviously,
Yes.
and wanting to share with people that, okay, if you don't know where to start, these are the basic essential oils to start with. Here's how you use them safely.
That's
And
right.
from there, you can take these skills that you've learned and explore other essential oils. But if you have these in your repertoire, then
Yes.
you can do some things physically and emotionally to help the overall well-being of you.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I'm in the process of developing. And even before that, I have a master class coming out
Oh,
at the end of September.
okay. Okay.
uh, but 5 things you should know before using essential oils.
I love it. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that because the way I even got started with essential oils was through a company that, we want to encourage people to use essential oils, but I had no idea about the benefits until you hear about the benefits, you hear about the experiences people have, and I wanted those, but I had to put myself in a position to experience them. And that's what I, took a class and learned more about it with the holistic, let me look it up, Holistic Champions International School. I went through that course
Right.
and became certified essential oil specialist. But
Right.
just learning about those oils and their benefits has been so amazing. And it's different. It's a different feel when you're, instead of just telling people, buy this bottle, buy this bottle. When they get those bottles, they have all these oils and they don't know what to do with them.
Right.
Oh, I'm so sorry that happened. This keeps.
Oh, you're good. You keep
Okay.
going. Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh gosh, I hate when it does this. Okay. I'm back. Okay. I don't
Yes.
know why it keeps doing that to us, but
All
we're gonna
right.
roll through it.
Yes, most definitely.
And because we warriors, no, and we allies, no.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a totally different feel when you have somebody who knows what they're doing, what they're saying. And that's going to be a wonderful thing when you come out with your master class and your aroma buds and blossoms
Yes.
course.
Of course.
That's
Of
going to
course.
be wonderful because a lot of people have essential oil sitting in their house and they have no idea what to do with them. Okay, they don't know, and they don't know. They just look at them. They probably open the bottle and smell them and put it back down, and that's it until next time. So this is going to be good for the
Oh,
general public. I love that. I love this.
yes. And so it's for the beginners and helping professionals, because even us as helping professionals, we need to know how to help others if you're not a certified aromatherapist, because
Mhm.
everybody doesn't want to be an aromatherapist, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So, the
Yeah.
course is designed for beginners who are very new to it and those helping professionals who want to learn more about it, like such social workers and counselors as myself, and want to be able to offer that as a modality, if you will, to
Mhm.
complement
Nice.
the treatment that they're already working with their client, you know.
Yeah. So there's just something that I wonder, why did you feel the need to bring this forth, this message about essential oils, these five reasons, or your 5 reasons, things to look at before, using essential oils. Why is that
Yes.
important?
Oh, goodness. There are essentially two quotes that I try to lean into and live by. One is when you learn, teach. When you get,
Mhm.
give by Maya Angelou. Okay.
Beautiful. You want to say that again?
When you learn, teach.
Okay.
When you get, give.
Okay. So what does that do? What does that do for the person who actually puts that to practice?
Oh my goodness. So when you learn something, I just don't believe in holding on to it and keeping it for yourself.
Right.
Why? It's
Right.
you've been in the opportunity to learn it.
Right.
Given the opportunity, why not teach what you've learned?
Exactly. And you end up holding on to it much better and even getting more clarified when you give it away versus, just holding on to it. You forget about it because you're not using it, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you get that knowledge, give it to somebody else. And
Yeah.
that sort of creates what I would think a ripple effect, if you will, to others learning about this benefit, this information. Because how much information have you and I shared with somebody that they have been gone on? It's been a ripple effect of love, if you
Hmm.
will, to share with others,
Right.
to
Oh, yeah,
benefit them.
exactly.
And so that's one quote. And there's another one that says, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Ah, yes.
And that one's by Theodore Roosevelt.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and you know, that those two quotes have resonated with me so much that I lean into both of them. And it helps me to know why I'm doing what I'm doing, the way I'm doing, and it encourages me. And when people know that, okay, yeah, I have all these letters, you know, but I care at the first and foremost.
Yeah.
With all
Yeah.
this your knowledge that I have, I care. What do I know that I can share with you that can be a benefit to you, and
Mm-hmm.
perhaps leave you even better, in a better place than before we met.
Right. Oh my goodness. That is so powerful. That is so powerful.
You know,
Because when you sharing that statement right there, it'll leave you in a better place than where we started. If you're pouring into me like that,
Mhm.
then I mean, I'm going to keep coming back because I need to be poured into. But it really shows me that you care. It will show somebody that you care about them. So that's going to come out without you even having to say anything. Your actions are going to do all the talking. That's awesome. I love that. Girl, see, that's why I like you. All right, all right. Let's go on to our next question for you. What benefits have you seen? You kind of shared a little bit about your experiences with the emergency room and different things and how you've come into your journey of holistic health, but
Mhm.
what oh yeah, you did share the experience about a woman, but do you have any more experiences? I know you probably do with the use of essential oils
Yes,
for others, individuals, or even yourself, something that really stands out to you.
yes, more testimonies. Of course, I
Mhm.
was sharing this not too long ago. Actually, if I could see the testimony on my website, but I had a faith family member reach out to me because they were getting ready to have surgery,
Mm.
right? And the surgery was a number of days out. And they just wanted something to help them relieve the pain. We know that
Mm.
essential oils, it might not take away 100% of the pain, but it'll sort of take off the gas with that
Yes.
feeling or that naggingness of the pain. You know, it
Hmm.
has the potential to do that, right?
Right, right.
So they reached out to me and they said, what can you recommend? It's just
Mhm.
until I can get my surgery. So, not knowing all the particulars, but I knew where the location of the pain was, and I offered some suggestions and, oils that I knew that perhaps they had on hand already, right? Because this is my faith family. I've been sharing, they got them.
Yes.
And she came back to me a few days later and said, she sent me a text. She said, "Thank you. I
Mm.
was able to sleep through the night."
Ooh, okay.
And so just something as simple as being able to sleep. We know how much sleep is important. And if your
Very.
sleep is disturbed and you don't get a restful night, you know, your day
Right.
can be disturbed.
Yes,
So that,
absolutely.
testimonies like that fuel me and
Mm.
keep me going and doing the things that I do,
I
you know.
love that. That's amazing right there. And she's looking for pay. So she's looking for pain relief, but then also looking for support to help her sleep. She didn't even know she was gonna get sleep, huh?
She didn't know. She just wanted the relief of the pain just to get her
Yeah.
to the surgeon. We're not saying here
Mhm.
that, essential oils is a substitute for, conventional.
Absolutely.
We're not saying we prescribing or any of that sort of stuff for those who watching. We ain't
Mhm.
trying to diagnose or treat or prevent or cure nothing.
Right,
Hey,
right.
we put that out there. But at the same time, you can use essential oils to complement what you're doing to try and help you, and they're natural. And to be honest, some of the medicines that we use derive themselves from what?
Essential oils, the plants that we come from, the essential
The
oils.
plants. I
Yeah.
think I was sharing with you that even one in the rainforest, they've only tapped into maybe 1%
Yes.
of the medicinal uses of the plants in the rainforest.
Wow.
So what
1%,
is
huh?
that? 1%. I was reading. It's like I was reading this on in an Arbor Day, because I am a tree lover, in an
Yeah.
Arbor Day calendar that I have, and there was like one of the informations at the bottom of like October 2022 that was mentioning that, and I said, "Wow,
Mhm.
okay, how powerful!" And they were actually talking about the treatment of cancer. It hasn't
Mhm.
the plants haven't even been tapped into. 1% of the plants have only been tapped into
Wow.
from the rainforest. And I said, hmm. So a lot of our medicines can essentially be said to derive from what? Plants and plant life. You know, it
Mhm.
might be some other synthetic stuff going on, but it's
Mhm.
derived.
Exactly.
So,
Wow. That's
yeah.
powerful. Something to really think about.
Yes.
So what are some basics about essential oils that you feel, everyone should know? You kind of tapped into that a little bit with your masterclass coming up, but maybe you can share a
Yes.
little bit more.
Yes, most definitely. Thank you for asking that question. So there are some like five, what I call the 5 Ps, right?
Mhm.
Of essential oils I think everybody should know before you even, start taking one and, pouring it all over yourself. You ain't supposed to do that
Yeah.
anyway. That's a no-no, right? That's a no-no. But like knowing what part of the plant that the essential oil comes from. Okay. And you say, why should you know that? Because, knowing that can help with what part of the body and emotional effect the essential oil can help to aid.
Yes.
Right. And then so that's the first P, knowing the part of the plant. The second is the properties. You should always know the therapeutic properties of the essential oils that you're using. That's just key. That's basic.
Oh, wow. Mhm.
And the third P is physique or a physical structure. Like
Yes.
what body systems does this essential oil have an affinity towards or designed to help or have been researched to know to help?
Very
Okay.
good. Yes.
Then the fourth P is plan. How do you plan to use it? There's different ways to use essential oils. You can use them in a diffuser. You can, we know we can use them neat, as we call it, right? You can use them with
Mhm.
the
Yes.
carrier oil,
Right.
without neat. How do you plan to use essential oil? That will determine which essential oil, that may even determine which one you use, because all of them cannot be used in the same manner,
That's
right?
right. Mhm.
And then the fifth P is precaution. What precautions should I take note of when using this essential oil? Because, i.e., your safety notes, because you really have to hone into, okay, what is the safety precautions, particularly if you're a person who's on medication, for example,
Mhm.
because medication
Yes. Yes. Yes.
medications and essential oil can be counterproductive, and you don't want things, overlapping each other or creating a worse situation
Exactly. No, we don't
than
want that.
if you intended. So I encourage folks, if you're on medications, most definitely consult your healthcare provider before you do so, or learn as much as you can before deciding to take that leap. So those are like my 5 Ps. And in my master class, I go into a little bit more depth
Good.
and, with those, and you have an idea
Mhm.
of why I'm mentioning those.
Very good.
Yeah.
I am so excited about your masterclass. I'm excited about this program you have coming up, and I mean, I'm feeling like I need to tell everybody. So I can't wait to let this video drop so that everybody can see
Oh, you're so sweet.
and learn. And if they're learning one, if so, let me put my attention on you folks. Thank you so much, Danny. You have been just a pleasure to speak to. And I can't wait to speak to you again because I know we're going to get together again. Um, and I'm going to let these folks know. I'm going to be dropping some stuff, some information onto the link so that they can know where to find. Oh, where can we find you? Like you mentioned your website, or is your website ready? Is it up and running?
It is up and running. It's
Awesome.
Aroma Buds and Blossoms
Okay.
.com.
.com. Oh, that's pretty. I just literally imagine buds and little blossoms in my mind and little
Yeah,
pink. What are your little pink and purple hues or something? I don't know.
most definitely.
Roses.
Most definitely. And when I was thinking about the name and exploring what I wanted to call it, I thought just that. So buds is you come into a new, when you see a
Yeah.
flower and it's budding, right? You come
Mm,
into a new about learning about essential oils and aromatherapy, then you
mhm.
blossom into this person who is knowledgeable and wanting to share and being able to use it for yourself and
Yeah.
share with others. So hence the aroma, buds, and blossom. So you might be new to this.
Yeah.
My hope is that by the time you go through, part of the community, that you will be more knowledgeable and
Yeah.
comfortable with yourself with using essential
Absolutely.
oils and sharing with others. And as I say all the time on my channel, we learn, grow, and share together naturally.
I love that. Very good.
You
So
know,
what if someone wants to get a hold of you beforehand?
oh
Do they
sure.
have to wait for this, you know, this course to come up or
Oh, absolutely not. So I'm
uh,
so I do have you can contact me at natural lid,
okay.
all one word, at gmail.com. Okay, or Danny at aromabudsandblossoms.com.
Okay. Oh,
And I can be found on Facebook under Natural LID.
mhm.
I am on Instagram,
Very good.
Natural LID and Danny.
Okay.
And um and yeah, so
Yeah.
Facebook, YouTube, oh yes, and LinkedIn.
Okay, got it. Got it. Awesome. I love that because there's so many you're out there. You're out there. And you have a number of followers already, so that's, a blessing in itself. I know that people are leaving comments and probably shares with what they've learned from you and different things.
I appreciate any and everyone who watches. I thank you for all the people who subscribe, who like, who share, and who
Mhm.
comment. That lets me know, okay, this is information that you can use, you're enjoying, and not just, for my enjoyment, but for the serving of why I started the channel in the first place.
Exactly. Very
So
good.
I appreciate everyone who, again, who subscribes, likes, and shares the video. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Ooh, thank you so much, Danny. That means so much to each and every one of us. We appreciate what you're doing in the community. We know you care. Your efforts are genuine and from a place of warmth and love, and it's apparent through that.
Oh,
We want to let everybody know this will be, yeah, that you have your information on how to reach Danny. I will leave her links below. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Love you guys. Bye,
love you.
everybody.
Bye
Bye
bye. Thank
bye.
you.